Good morning, children. After a long time, we are going to converse with each other. So first, I'm going to take you science for you all for the 7th standard, and first lesson for you is measurement. Now, you have already learned in 6th standard what is measurement, and now you have come to 7th standard. You will learn more in detail about the measurement. Now, first in 6th standard, you have learned about this. Now, in science, in measurement here, in daily life, we measure many things such as weight of the fruits, food, vegetables, etc. Now, quantities of mass, weight, distance, temperature and volume, these are called as physical quantities. So, what is quantities such as mass, weight, volume, temperature, these are called as physical quantities. Now, see this chart here, physical quantities. Now, for example, a value and a unit are expressed as physical quantities. Value and unit. This is expressed as physical quantities. For example, you are walking 2 kilometers every day. Now 2 kilometers. So 2 is a value and the unit is kilometer. So do you understand, children? So this is an example. What I am saying to you is value is 2 and the kilometer is unit. Now, in this lesson we are going to learn about fundamental quantities and derived quantities. So there is a chart here. So in fundamental quantities and derived. So fundamental quantities are expressed as fundamental units, and in derived quantities it is expressed as derived units. Now in the fundamental quantities you have measurement of very long distances, that is astronomical unit and light year. And in derived quantities it's divided into area, volume and density. So it is divided into area, volume and density. Now in area you will learn about regular objects and irregular objects. And in volume you will learn about volume of regular objects and volume of liquids and volume of irregular objects. Now in density. So density can learn about definition of density and unit, density of different materials and the relation between the density, volume and mass. Now when you go to area, in the irregular objects, regular objects you can do by the formulas. But when you go to irregular objects, the formula is not used. So it is done by the graphical methods. Now do you understand this, children? Now, first you will see the fundamental quantities. Now, a set of physical quantities which cannot be expressed in terms is known as fundamental quantities. For example, length, mass, time, etc. So, what is fundamental quantities? A set of physical quantities which cannot be expressed in terms is called as fundamental quantities. Now, these fundamental quantities have a corresponding unit, and this is called as fundamental units. Now, there are 7 fundamental physical quantities. How many? 7. 7 fundamental physical quantities. So now, first one is, this is fundamental quantity and this is fundamental unit. Now, first one is length. What is the fundamental quantity? Is it length? And for this unit is meter. For this unit is meter. The next is mass. This is, for this unit is kilogram. Okay. So mass, already said, so weight, so matter, mass of a matter. So kilogram. Then time. So everybody knows what is time and how we see the time in seconds. So the unit is seconds. Then temperature. So mostly we will see the temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit. But in fundamental quantities, the temperature we use is Kelvin. So even Kelvin is used in temperature. The next is electric current. This is ampere. What is the unit for electric current? Ampere. Then amount of substance. For this, what is the unit? Mole. And last is luminous intensity. So luminous intensity is nothing but the intensity of the light. And what is the unit for this? Candela. So short form it is used as CD. Now length is, for this unit is meter, mass, unit, kilogram, time, second, temperature, Kelvin, electric current, ampere, amount of substance, mole, and the luminous intensity for this unit is candela. Children, this is very important. Take down in the notebook. If you have a, book, you can see in your book while I am taking the class, or otherwise you can take down in your notebook. Then, so these are the 7 fundamental physical quantities. This is a very important question, children. Take down in your notebook. The next is derived quantities. So fundamental quantities we saw. Next we are going to go to the derived quantities. So what is the next? Derived quantities. Now, all the physical quantities can be obtained by multiplying, dividing, or by combining these fundamental quantities is known as a derived quantities. So what is derived quantities? It can be obtained by multiplying, dividing, or by combining the fundamental quantities are called as a derived quantities. For example, area and volume. So what is the example? Area and volume. And what is the corresponding unit for this? And the corresponding unit for this is derived units. So what they are called as the derived units. Then, so like fundamental quantities you have the units, for derived quantities also you have the units. Like derived quantity and their units. So first one, area, that is length into breadth. So length is, area is length into breadth, that is square meter. The next is volume, that is length into breadth into height. So L stands for length, B stands for breadth into height, that is cubic meter. Then next is speed, distance by time. So what is the speed? The speed, distance taken in a time, that is m s to the power of minus 1. Then electric charge, electric current into time. So electric current into time, that is stands for coulomb. What is called as coulomb? So T stands for coulomb. So electric time, we see the unit for that is C, called as a coulomb. Then density. So density is mass by volume. So mass by volume, that is kg cubic meter. That is minus 3. Now see here, derived quantities is there, and for that you have the units. So area is length into breadth and the unit is square meter. Then volume, L into B into H, that is length into breadth into height, that is cubic meter. Then speed, distance by time taken. So M is power of minus 1. Then electric charge, so it's electric current into time, that is C. C is otherwise called as a coulomb. Then density, mass by volume, kg meter minus to the power of minus 3. Then next is area. So take down this also, children. This is also very important. Then we will go to the area. Now, area is a measure of how much space is there on the flat surface. So, area is a space on a flat surface. Now, for example, the area of a plot of land. So, it is derived by multiplying length into breadth. So, for this, area is length into breadth. For area, length into breadth. And the unit of this area is square meter. So what is unit? Square meter. So area is length into breadth and the unit for this is square meter. Now they have given one problem for you. The question is, what is the area of 10 squares each having side 1 meter? So now for the area of a square is side into side, that is 1 meter into 1 meter, then 1 meter or 1 square meter. So area of 10 squares is area of 10 squares, that is 1 square meter into 10. Answer is 10 square meter. Did you understand, children? So area of a square is side into side, that is 1 meter into 1 meter. So 1 meter or square meter. So area of 10 square is 1 square meter into 10, that is 10 square meter. Then next we will go to the area of irregular shaped objects. Area of irregular shape objects. Now, the area of irregular shaped objects can be calculated by the formulas. So, only the area of regularly shaped can be calculated, but not the irregular shape. So, we are going to go to the regularly shaped objects now. Now, first is square. Square diagram is A, and the area is for this side into side, side into side, that is A into A is equal to A square. Next is rectangle. This diagram is length, breadth. So area for this is length into breadth. That is L into B gives LB. Okay, so rectangle, length, breadth. So length into breadth, that is L and B is equal to LB. Now the third is circle. So in circle, you see the radius. Okay, what is called as a radius? And for this radius, the area is pi into r square. That is r stands for radius, r square. So pi into r square gives pi r square. So circle, in circle you found radius there. So for the radius, formula is pi r square. So pi into r square gives pi r square. The next is triangle. So in triangle you have height and breadth, that is half base, half into base into height, that is half into b into h. Triangle, height and base, half, that is divided into half, half into base into height gives half into b into h. So now we will see the area of irregular shape again. First square, this is side into side, a into a is equal to a square. Then rectangle, that is length and breadth. So L into B is equal to LB. Then circle, you have radius pi r squared. Then triangle, height and base, half into B into H. Now, we will see a problem now. So they have asked a question. Find the area of the following regular shaped objects. First question is a rectangle whose length is 12 meters and breadth is 4 meters. Second is a circle whose radius is 7 meters. And C, a triangle whose base is 6 meters and height is 8. Now solution. What is the answer for this? First question is you have to see the area of a rectangle. So the question is the rectangle whose length is 12 into 12 meters and breadth is 4. So now we are length into breadth. So what is the length? 12 and breadth is 4. So the answer you get is 4 square meter. So area of a rectangle, so length into breadth, and 12 into 4 is equal to 48 square meter now. Now next question is circle. So in the circle I said radius, and the area of a circle is area of a circle, and for this is pi into r square. That is formula for pi is 22 by 7 into r squared, that is double r into r. So what the question I said is the circle of radius is 7 meters. So that is 22 by 7 and r is 7, that is 7 into 7. So the answer for you gives us 154 square meter. Now the third question is area of a triangle. Area of a triangle. Now the question is a triangle whose base is 6 meters and the height is 8 meters. Now for this is formula is half into base into height. Now half into, so what I said 6 meters and the height is 8. So 6 into 8, and for this answer is 24 square meter. The next we will go to the irregularly irregular shaped objects. Now we have seen about the regularly shaped objects. Next we are going to go to the irregular shaped objects. Right, regular shaped objects, we cannot use a formula here. So we are going to use a graph sheet. Now with the help of the graph sheet we are going to do one activity. So first you have to take a graph sheet. Now you have to draw the outline of a leaf. You are drawing the outline of a leaf here. Now you have to first count the number of whole squares. That is the first question. Then the second point is you have to see the number more than half. More than half. This is the second point. Then the third is number of squares, that is half of a whole square. Number half of a whole square. The next is, the last what you are going to say is less than the half. Less than half. So what are the four things you are going to see? First you have to see the number of whole squares there. Then more than half. Then half of the whole square and less than half. So you will get the approximate answer there. So for this is, the area of the leaf is, so first whole square you will take it as m, and more than half you will take it as n, and for the whole square you will take it as p, and this is as q. So first number of whole square as m. More than half you will take it as n, and half of the square you will take it as p, and less than half you will take it as q. Now area of the leaf is m plus, next is, that is whole square, and more than half is 3/4, that is n, plus, that is, next is a half p, plus less than half, that is 3/4, that is q. Now you will get the answer. That is area of the leaf is equal to square centimeter. For example, first number of whole squares, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So m is 5. The next we are going to see more than half. So more than half is 1, then 2, then half we are saying it is, that is 1, 2, 2 and 3. Then 3/4 what we are saying is, that is less than a half is 1. Yes. Now you have to add this. 5 plus 2 7, 7 plus 3 10 and 10 plus 11. 11 square centimeter is the answer. So this irregular objects we can see only in the graph sheet by not using the formulas. Then next is the volume. Okay, volume. Now first we will go to see the volume here. Now the amount of space occupied by the three-dimensional object is known as volume. So what is volume, children? The space occupied by three-dimensional object is known as the volume. Now volume, you have surface area into height. So volume, surface area into height. And for this unit is cubic meter. So unit is cubic meter. So volume is surface area into height, and the unit for this is cubic meter. And now we have to see the volume of regularly shaped objects. In volume of regularly shaped objects, it can be determined same as area by using the formula. Now, first we will see the objects, that is cube, that is side into side, that is A into A. Then next is cuboid. And cuboid is length into breadth into height, that is L into B into H is LBH. Next is, I'm going to say is sphere. In sphere, so in sphere we are going to say is that is radius, that is 4 by 3 into pi into radius, that is 4 by 3 into pi into r cube. Then next is cylinder, that is height and radius. So pi into r square into height, that is pi r squared h. So in this you have seen cube, that is side into side into side, a cube. Then cuboid, L length into breadth into height, that is LBH. And in the sphere, 4 by 3 into pi r squared. And for the cylinder, pi r squared h. Now this we will see in the next class, student. Thank you.